Hello and welcome to our UK Budget Special Day 2025. Here we're going to speak with small businesses and with any businesses to share with us what are the expectations from the budget and to record their first reaction after the announcement.
We have Dr. Tim Aker with us this morning. It's great to have you with us, Tim. What do you think we're expecting today?
A horror show. I don't think there's any other phrase that could do it justice. The problem that the government have got is that they've had 3 months of drip feeding what might happen, what could happen, all sorts of crisis scenarios. They've lowered expectations and now they're running the risk of meeting them. And businesses are wondering whether they're going to see the VAT threshold lowered, which would bring more small businesses into VAT, and the damage that will do to their businesses. We're talking about income tax increases and the damage that will do to spends on the high street. People are already having to cut back. Fiscal drag has meant people that weren't designed to be in the upper threshold have gradually moved up. So household budgets are being constricted. That means whereas they went out once a week, it's now once a month. And the damage that does to the high street just dominoes around the communities.
Do you think there's any opportunity for growth or to stimulate growth today?
We're not growing at all as an economy.
No.
It's sclerotic. And you need to grow. If you don't grow, you don't get the increased tax revenues. And the problem is with the tax burden the highest since the Second World War, there's no room for businesses to grow. And if you're working harder and 60p, 70p of the extra pounds you make is being taken in tax, why do it?
And the hardest thing is probably for investment for new business as well, because there's no money left to invest, because everything is spent in paying taxes and salaries.
Yeah, and if you invest more, the government are saying they're going to take more away with capital gains and stamp duty. It's appalling, absolutely appalling.
And I guess if we could stimulate the economy and get more manufacturing and increase manufacturing, particularly down here in Kent, that would be a huge opportunity.
Thank you for teeing that up, because I've got a piece of research you may have seen on procurement locally. And we can complain about what's going on in central government, but we can't really change that here in Kent, can we?
No.
What our local authorities can do is work to give more tenders to Kent firms. Keeping more money in the county means more employment in the county, more is spent locally, and that rising tide, Richard, as you well know, lifts all ships.
It does indeed, and that will make a big difference to the UK economy if we can manufacture more and get more things out.
Well, it's the wider thing. So manufacturing, we have the highest energy costs in Europe. Manufacturing is difficult. And then because of the net zero policies, we're in the ridiculous situation where the government is keeping steel production open, but it has to import coal from Australia and Japan.
And it seems rather crazy because here we are in Kent where we've got more wind turbines off the coast around here, and really electricity costs should be way, way lower, especially in this particular area.
And the cap's gone up. They've announced the cap for energy prices is going up in January. So again, another increase. That's another pressure point on household budgets.
Let's hope we see something hopeful today.
A bit early for a Christmas miracle.
Very. Thank you, Tim.
Thanks, Richard.
Thank you very much. So I've got the pleasure to have Dr. Tim Aker back with us. So following on that budget, what are your real thoughts? Tell us.
Well, a lot of them aren't repeatable in polite society, so I'll give you the censored version. I think asking the wealth creators and the productive sector of the economy to give more and more and more to fund the unproductive sector of the economy is atrocious. The economy is not going to grow, and you're telling people that Britain isn't open for business, and it will just lead to more capital flight, more wealth creators leaving, and telling those who remain to work harder, work longer, and get less in return. Pretty disgraceful.
So in terms of the incentives for like the green economy and for like growing, do you think there's, I think there was a real detriment with this 3p increase for EV vehicle excise duty, and I think that's really bad. I just because it's going to cost £600 a year for business. What's your thoughts about that?
Well, it's killed the electric car industry, hasn't it? And they talk about a good game about net zero and environmentalism and so on. But then again, petrol and diesel have to pay fuel duty and electric don't. So some would say that's levelling the playing field. But that's just small beer compared to the big message of the budget is that if you invest, if you save, if you earn, you're punished and penalised. And a chancellor should be encouraging those things. And instead they've turned around and said, no, we just need to rinse you even more to fund an ever-growing benefit bill. Disgraceful.
Yeah. And when we talk about income tax, obviously with the allowances being frozen, well, that means over the years we're all going to pay more tax.
We are. And people who weren't expecting to be put into the higher tier are being dragged into it, which means household budgets will be squeezed, and that will affect spending decisions on the high street. It has a knock-on effect that dominoes through hospitality, leisure, tourism, that will mean that the economy doesn't grow. And as well, for those on dividends, we're going to, you take all the risk of being self-employed, and you don't get the holiday, you don't get the benefits that you get was PAYE. Oh, we're going to tax you even more.
Exactly, another 2%
Shocking,
all
shocking,
the way across.
shocking.
Yeah, it's really bad news. I think it's really bad for the economy, and I think it's bad for Britain.
It is.
We need to do something different about it, and we need some change soon. Tim, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate your help and support.